Hey everybody, I'm Robert Yerby, and I'm an insurance professional, and admittedly, kind of an insurance nerd. My friends and family tell me that nobody is going to want to listen to a podcast about insurance. So instead, on this show, I'm hoping to share a story or have a conversation with a guest about some relatable experience, and then show you how insurance impacts that story or topic. My hope is you'll enjoy a few laughs with me and maybe learn at least one interesting thing about insurance along the way. Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Robert. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Today I have the lovely Daisha Tardy with me.
Hello.
Hey.
Couldn't get rid of me.
Nope, not if I tried. So we are doing sort of an impromptu episode. We're ahead of the schedule. We don't really need to record anything right now, but you're here, and I wanted you.
Yeah, you wanted me on here again, so.
Yeah. So let's talk.
Yeah, let's
All right.
chat.
As we're, and so this will probably be a mishmash of a lot of topics, okay? Let's just kind of like run down all of the things that have insurance implications since we last talked. As I'm hooking up the microphones and everything, you mentioned what?
Disability.
Yeah. You went blank. It was like 60 seconds ago.
No, I was thinking about the other thing I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, not that. This is a family podcast.
Right.
Disability insurance.
Yes.
All right, go on.
Yeah,
Tell everybody what your issue is.
I am like now a year and 4 months into practicing as a hygienist.
Mm-hmm.
And from the very beginning, I've pretty much kept up with like chiropractic care, at least trying to go like once a week. I guess I wasn't as good as with working out, but I would like try to walk and like get steps in and keep my body moving,
Mm-hmm.
at least part of the time. And that was working until most recently it's not enough. So I like started looking into stretching more, trying to tweak certain things when I'm in the chair and I have a patient in front of me. But like it seems like with everything it's just only getting worse. So now I'm like at the point to where it's like, do I need to get disability insurance in case something happens to where like it's impossible to work?
Okay. So do you feel like something has already happened?
Well, yes. I got an adjustment about like 3 weeks ago. And I went for my neck. I was like, my neck is just, it's not feeling great, but it's tight. But that's normally what I go for, is my neck or my upper back. And the past couple of chiropractors I've seen have not been able to adjust the right side of my neck. And this guy, he was a little bit more aggressive, and he was able to, adjust it.
Mm-hmm.
But something felt wrong. Like it was really painful. And then the next, later that day, I even remember calling you and I'm like, Robert, have you ever had pain like after an adjustment? And you're like, no, that's not normal. And then the next day, a couple of days, it's like getting worse. I'm noticing it when I have patients. It's like painful to work. And I mean, I'm going to just be honest. Sometimes, I do feel like I just need to kind of hurry with cleanings to keep myself out of pain, because I'll feel it and I'm like, I got to wrap this up.
Okay, so on the topic of disability insurance, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I bet you're already uninsurable because you've been going to the doctor and getting treatments for back and neck disorders. So
I thought it was just like maintenance though.
Oh, well, no. Like you're describing you've got acute pain. And it's getting bad enough where, like, you're cutting short your work.
Not cutting short. I'm just, like, speeding up to get done.
Well, an insurance underwriter is going to look at that and be like, no, we don't want this risk. We don't want to insure this girl.
Really?
Yeah, you're saying, I want to get the insurance in case something happens. Something's already happened. You're already hurting. The insurance company doesn't want to insure you. They want healthy people.
Oh.
So that's the bad news.
I mean,
if you apply, I think best case scenario, they're going to exclude your back and neck. Well, there's still lots of things to cover. I mean, you could get into a horrible accident. You could come down with a debilitating disease.
My hands, I can get carpal tunnel. There's other things that I can develop. I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. And I guess if I were to tell them, yeah, I'm healthy, which pretty much I am.
Yeah.
Is it fraud if they
if you don't tell them about the chiropractic visits? Yeah, that's fraud.
What if I just tell them just it's upkeep?
Yeah, you can say that. But in your chiropractor's notes, they're talking about treating all of these different, conditions, all these subluxations and whatnot.
So then what would you recommend to someone who is in a very physically demanding career and is at this point to where they're wondering, I think ideally, I think it's because my body's just getting used to the 4-day work weeks. I added an additional 4 days a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it could be dealing with that. So
okay.
I think before I would quit hygiene, I would double, or what is it? Not double, reel back a day, go back to 3.
Okay. So my suggestion would be go ahead and apply for disability insurance, see what kind of offer you get from the insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
And my offer to listeners would be apply for disability insurance before anything happens, before you're experiencing pain and discomfort and you're going to a doctor and describing all of that pain and discomfort. Get the disability insurance while you're healthy. And then you won't have all these exclusions added on your policy. You won't get declined by the insurance companies.
Well, I wish someone would have told me that a year and a half ago.
You were on the podcast a year and a half ago and we talked about that.
You never told me about exclusions and stuff.
I'll tell you what, I'll put it on in the car on the way to lunch. We'll listen to the podcast. It's 25 minutes long and we'll see what I said or didn't say.
Okay, let's do that.
And that's just in the podcast recording. We had conversations about disability insurance in between also.
Yeah, but I would have got it then if I knew.
You would have listened to me?
I would have got it.
You would have
100%.
listened.
Like I did the liability insurance. But that I did let that wean out. And I did let it expire.
You don't have disability insurance anymore.
No, liability insurance.
Liability insurance, excuse me.
Because at the time I was temping, right? So I had my own personal policy. But now that I'm a W-2 employer, if I'm working for a good doctor, which I work for 2 great doctors, I guess I haven't checked it, but I should be covered under them. So I just, with certain expenses that I've had the past couple months, I wasn't really willing to renew quite yet. But
okay.
Yeah. So I'm uninsured right now as a dental hygienist. But that's okay because I should be covered again. So
you're covered by the office that you're working for as a W-2 employee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Check that off. That's the second insurance thing we've talked about.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Boston.
Boston?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to Boston on Saturday.
Yeah.
For an insurance conference. My insurance conference, not yours.
Yeah.
So a bunch of my friends from around the country that are insurance agents working with financial institutions, like I do, we get together and we drink in a different town once a year. And our insurance companies and managing general agencies and managing general underwriters, they foot the bill for this big party. And it happens to be in Boston next weekend. It will have already happened by the time this podcast episode comes out.
Yeah.
So maybe you will have seen us in Boston, hitting the streets.
Getting crazy.
Yep, getting crazy. We're going to do one of those duck boat tours. And you're making a face. No, it's a famous thing.
Okay.
Yeah, people will know what that is.
I mean, no, I know it's not that I thought anyone was not going to know about it. I'm just like, is this going to be fun,
I think it'll be fun.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I have 3 mimosas before I get on.
Before you get on a boat?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's such a great idea, but you do you.
Hey, we've drank on boats before. We've been on a sunset cruise. We went and did the, Flathead Lake boat. We had some drinks. We're not new to this.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and we'll have nice dinners, and yeah, we'll just be in Boston.
Yeah.
You were commenting it's going to be cold.
It's going to be freezing.
We're Arizona people, and so like when we see something that's going to be 63, we're like, yeah.
Yeah, I had to go shopping, get some warm, fuzzy stuff,
Yeah. Okay. How about news about vaccines came out since we talked? So did you hear that the state of Florida is considering ending vaccine mandates for school children?
Yes, I did see that.
Okay, and you're on the fringes of the healthcare industry.
I am in the healthcare industry.
Yeah,
yes.
The fringes. That's what I said. So how do you feel about vaccine mandates for school children?
I think that they should be in place.
Oh.
I don't remember if it was earlier this summer, but there was a young child who passed away from something as simple as like measles, or maybe not measles, some sort of condition that could have been easily avoided with a vaccine.
Yeah. So this was an unvaccinated child?
Unvaccinated child.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they passed away from something that they could have totally avoided. And there's that apprehension because, it causes mutations and it causes, intellectual disabilities and autism. There's all those things that I think it causes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one thing, like, we've made so many advancements in healthcare. Like, people were literally not even living till like 30. People were living till like 30 years old. Like, that was the life expectancy. When you're going back to like 1800s, like way before, right? Like BC, right? People were living till like 30.
I'm not sure I'm going to trust, mortality statistics from before Christ, but I was with you when you said 1800s.
Okay,
we
so
had
30s.
We had
30s.
The thing about the statistics that you're quasi quoting is exactly what we're talking about here. The life expectancy for somebody was dramatically younger than it is today.
Right.
And the reason is kids died. Children died. It wasn't so much that people died in their 30s. Well, it's that children died as infants, and it dragged down the average so much.
Well, I think also it's the fact that there was diseases that were untreatable. Back then, they didn't have, vaccines, and
they treated them. They treated them with leeches and,
and BS
crap like that.
But like now, there's a reason why people are living till 100 now versus hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, and that's because of vaccines. We had stuff like the Black Plague and like polio and all this stuff like affecting and wiping out entire communities. Vaccines are literally the reason why we are able to live longer.
Well,
so with that being said, I want to wrap this up here because I know everything about this topic.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I do think that vaccines are needed. I don't think the state of Florida needs to remove that because it's only going to affect other children. I wouldn't want to send my kid to school, even if they're vaccinated. Florida. Yeah, and from Florida, their peers are not going to be treated.
I got to be honest. If this anti-vaccination trend really picks up in Florida, and let's say, 20% of their school kids aren't vaccinated, I don't even want to go on vacation there.
Yeah.
With kids.
Right.
Like I'd be fine. I'm not worried about me getting chicken pox or mumps or, measles necessarily.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about little kids in my life catching it.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even know if measles is a condition that you can pass away from.
Oh, yeah. Sure you can.
Okay, because I know I referred to that.
It's miserable even if you don't pass away from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can die.
Okay. I don't quote me on it, but I know that a young child passed away from not being vaccinated, and yeah, we need vaccines.
Yeah, I feel like that was a measles death.
Okay. Also, I feel like with the COVID vaccine, it's caused a lot of like uproar as far as like causing systemic diseases to be exacerbated and like showing up finally. You know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you knew this. I'm not a scientist, but I don't know, if different vaccines cause this or that. I'm not totally sure about that, but here's what I do know. Vaccines stop measles and it stops mumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the measles and the mumps and, what are people not going to get tetanus shots anymore? Like, this is nuts. I don't know if it causes any number of different things.
Yeah.
I mean, we can study all that and debate it, and scientists should do that, not me. But I'm pretty sure of this. Those vaccines stop those diseases.
Yeah. 1,000%.
1,000%. Okay. Next, can oatmeal expire?
1,000%. Yes.
We had a little disagreement about the oatmeal this morning.
Yes. Oatmeal can definitely expire.
It's in a vacuum sealed package, and I just bought it like 2 years ago, let's say.
Don't say just, because I'm like, that's not that. I know that oatmeal has been there since like I was coming, and the last time I was here, I can't even remember the last time I was here. So
okay,
yeah, I know it's been there for many years.
What makes oatmeal, like uncooked oatmeal, expire? Are we afraid it's getting moldy, or
it can develop mold. Also, there's honey and almonds in that. There's fruit. There's dried fruit that's in the apples and cranberries one. And then the other honey and almonds, nuts can go bad.
Nuts?
Nuts can definitely go bad.
All right. I didn't realize there was fruit in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says apples and cranberries on the very front of it if you look at it.
What is the Army doing to the stuff that they put in those green packs that they send soldiers out with? Their stuff doesn't expire.
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Do I look like the type of person that would go and sign up for active duty?
No.
Okay.
You don't look like the type that would
Kill a fly?
carry groceries in from the car.
Yeah, I try not to. You don't either, because you get yours brought to your door, so.
Yeah, except that one Walmart lady that I made a complaint about. I told you about that, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. She knocks on the door.
Yeah, you're going to come down here and help me with this. Granted, he does live on the second floor.
She knocks on the door, and she's like, I wasn't sure anybody was going to be home. I was like, yeah, I'm here. She's like, all right, I got a whole bunch of stuff in the car. She's like, it's a big thing of water. And so, yeah, I follow her down there. Yeah, she has me bring up the case of Dasani, and then she got me back down there so I could carry the watermelon up. I made 2 trips.
I know, that's right.
2 trips.
Girl, love it. She's like, you're about to work for this, okay?
What am I paying for here?
She was like, I saw that $3 tip. You're going to come down here. Okay, I have something else to talk about.
All right, hit it.
So I did call you, or no, I texted you maybe at work a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hey, I had a patient who, she has this, she said it's not insurance. She called it like assurance for traveling. And she's like, I was just asking her what she did for work. And she's like, yeah, like we basically, in the event that anything happens to someone when they're traveling or on vacation, we will deal with, getting the body back on, back to where they live and, having stress relieved from their family. And, the family doesn't have to worry about all this stuff and nooks and crannies or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Robert is going to be traveling a lot. And obviously I don't want anything to happen to him. But I know the type of guy you are. And I know you like to be prepared
I was going to say confrontational, but
covered for anything that you do, or the things that make sense, I guess, to you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was like, oh, let me just, shoot Robert a message about this, and you're like, this is weird. I think you told me like, this is weird. This is thoughtful, but it's weird. But I was like, hey, it came up, and I care about you. So
you're talking repatriation of remains, what we call that.
yeah.
It's expensive, can be expensive. And people want to know that they can get their remains back home so they can be buried next to their mom or their wife or whatever.
And I think it was like a one-time fee of like $500-$600, which to me was like, oh,
For the coverage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I told you about it, and you're like, I bet she's not even an insurance agent. She's, no, I already have something in place. No. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Well, the way that you described the coverage, it didn't sound like insurance. It sounded like some sort of service agreement that in the event of this, we will bring your remains back in consideration of this $600 fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that that's trash. That could be something valuable, and somebody might really appreciate that. I think for $600, I don't really care about even bringing my remains back. And that might be a weird thing to hear somebody say. But
yeah,
if I die in Peru next month, you can just leave my stuff there.
No,
you can just leave my body. I don't care where I get buried or cremated or whatever.
Well, then I would have to go all the way to Peru to your gravesite.
Just call up on the telephone and be like, Robert would have wanted you to just put him in the furnace and then, do with him whatever you guys do. Honestly, I don't really care. It's not worth the $600 to me or the $40,000 or whatever it would cost, cash if I didn't have the coverage. Definitely don't want you paying that. Or my son's paying that. Or I don't want anybody paying that. That's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay.
Yeah, so that was kind of something that we had, last couple weeks.
The previous episode, and I know you didn't listen to it, but I talked about travel insurance with Jonna Hudson, and I believe the policy I'm going to buy with her has repatriation of remains as one of the benefits.
Oh, nice. So
there you go. Okay, well, Daisha, that's probably all the time that we have.
Oh, yeah? We're getting cut off here?
Yeah. That's enough of this nonsense. In those 5 or 6 things that we talked about, hopefully there was 1 or 2 interesting things about insurance in there somewhere for the listener. But I appreciate you coming on with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. It's been a while.
Everybody out there listening, if you enjoyed the podcast and want to leave us a review, that's super helpful. Maybe forward this episode to one of your friends or family members that is traveling or on the fence about vaccines or likes to throw caution to the wind and eat expired food. And if you happen to be a licensed insurance agent or adjuster and you need insurance continuing education, please consider live webinars. You can find all those at BMFCE.com. Daisha is mocking me behind her microphone as I do this, so I'm losing my train of thought. We're going to edit this as best we can. All right. We'll have another episode in a couple of weeks. Thanks, everybody.